Okay, this little video here is to show you how to properly calibrate a mechanical countersink diameter gauge. These two gauges here were bought through Crown Royal, through Rudy, and he sent them to the end user SAMC, who's been rejecting these gauges because they're trying to calibrate them using microscopes and comparators, which is not the proper way to calibrate these gauges. You'll never be able to do a conversion that will give you an accurate reading unless you have master calibration blocks that are cut to the exact size of the measuring range on these gauges. So these gauges are 100 degrees. The bottom side of the travel or the range on this gauge is 360 thousandths. The top side is 560 thousandths. These are issued with a 100 degree by 460 thousandths set block. So what I'll do is this. I will take this gauge, and as you can see, when you pull the pin, it clears all the way to the top, so you have full measuring range to the top. I'll calibrate it to the calibration block issued with the gauge. It reads 460. Okay, I'll pull the pin again, clear it, and now I will go to the top side, which is 560. Calibrate it to the 560. It's right at 560. Okay, now what I'll do again is I'll pull the pin and I'll calibrate it to the 360, which is the bottom side of the range, and it is measuring right at 360. So there's nothing wrong with this gauge right here. It's been sent back here. This is the third time it's been rejected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second gauge that Crown Royal bought and sent back here through SAMC and do the same thing. I'm going to calibrate it to the 460 block. Take a look at it. It's right at 460. I'm going to pull the pin, and I'm going to go to the bottom side, the 360 block. I'm going to check it. It's right at 360. I'm going to pull the pin again, and I'm going to check it to the top side of the range, which is the 560. And it's right at 560. So the moral of the story here is there's no way to calibrate these using any other types of machinery such as microscopes or comparators. The only way to calibrate these gauges properly is to have the master calibration blocks on the bottom side of the range, the top side of the range, and the nominal block size to just ensure that your gauge is measuring accurately throughout the range. We've had a tremendous amount of problems. Now I'm dealing with Murakami, a gentleman named Davey and Joshua, who have been speaking with SAMC regarding this as well. Like I said, the moral of the story is you can't calibrate these gauges using any type of microscopes or comparators. We've been manufacturing these mechanical countersink diameter gauges since 1945. The only way to calibrate them is to actually have a countersunk hole that you know is exactly what exactly what the measurement is, and you calibrate the gauge to that. So this is the video I'm going to provide to Rudy and also Murakami to forward to SAMC so they can better understand this is the proper way to calibrate it. Now, if you don't, you need to buy these blocks if you want to do it in-house. If not, you need to send the gauges here to my facility here for the calibration. Thank you.